Thanks for stopping by. My name is Peaches. I am just a girl daring to take on risk while navigating a new life out here in the countryside of northeastern Ontario, Canada. Okay, my friends. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for visiting me in my kitchen in the countryside. Now we are gonna go full on preservation mode continues. um, I have found that canning is such a good way of having pre-prepared food, and so that is why I am getting so much into canning stuff. Like, okay, I'm looking around because I'm looking for pots. Here we go. I'm here, not too far away. I have these pots here because I put some beans to soak last night, and right about now I am gonna start cooking these beans. And what I'm gonna do right now is get some water. I'm gonna have to be filtering quite a bit of water today. I put my turtle beans to soak last night. Or it's not even last night, it's this morning before I went to bed. Somewhere around, I don't know, between 2 and 3 o'clock. And what I'm gonna do now is rinse them off and boil them for 30 minutes. Generally back home, we start our beans in cold water. But here I am starting it in pretty warm water next to boiling. So I'm just gonna pour this in. Okay, no kidding, guys, no kidding. This can't hold anything else. Gotta leave room for swelling, expansion in the beans. And I'm thinking that it might have too much water in it. Now let's do this one. I may move some of the water from here and put here. Let's see. This is a way bigger pot, so. Okay, let's see if we can fit this one into. Yeah, we're fitting it, my friends, we're fitting it. I do have some humongous stock pots that I use also, but they're outside in the garage and I'm not gonna go out there. This is a pot that came with a fryer, but I'm thinking I can cook my beans in it. So I'm gonna rinse it out. So I can put all of them in at once. I don't want to have to deal with a second boil. Yeah, My sink is nowhere near to the size that I need for these pots. Just make sure I wash my pot clean. Okay, so, I am gonna try to pour this out here. Wish me luck. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's very good. That's good. Put you over here because I'm gonna wash you all out in a bit. So let's get you up here and let's get the other one in. There we go. So I'll have everything done at the same time. This pot is done. Done, done, done. This one, I'm gonna let it keep going for a little bit more. Let's see. Let me see. Yep.
Where is this again?
What?
Oh, this is it. This was a cassette. I was looking at it earlier. My goodness. Look how we work hard on the phone cassette, man. Man, that's what we really need to get that back. Because it looks so good when we finish the driveway, and now it's just
crappy.
Yeah, we have to put down proper thing on it.
We gotta put down liner.
But you know what? It needed a sub thing, and it didn't get it. So this, whatever we have, they have to work as the sub.
But of course, all we need to do right now is get heavy grade lining, and then just get 2 truckload. 2 truckload should do it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Guys, we're talking about the driveway. We did the driveway a couple years ago. When we came there, there was no driveway. It was bad. And we did it. And then we put down gravel, but now it's just all covered with weeds. So we're gonna have to put down some lining and put on some more gravel. That's it. That is it, man. I am straining off. Ooh, why did I put my hand in it? It's so hot. I have the cold water running because I am emptying the hot water down the drain. Okay. Now I gotta pull. Opa! Some of my beans fell out here, and I am gonna pick them up because they are good. Ain't anything wrong with them. Been using my sink. The sink is very clean. Most of the liquid is now out of the pot. Now I gotta get some water to wash out this pot. There are some beans in the sides and bottom. Okay, the one thing I would say is I would love to do stuff like this in an outdoor kitchen. So I would do it earlier in the fall when it's not very cold, because it can be a messy job and it's very involved. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in here. Got another tip for you guys. When you're working with hot water, when you are canning, before you pour hot water down your sink, turn on your cold water to run down the drain. Okay, so that when you go ahead and pour the hot water through, there will at least be the cold water there to temper the hot water, right? So you do not destroy your drain, because those drains under there have parts that are glued and okay, so that's it. My beans have all been cooked. I'm gonna put these away. I will deal with them later. We are done. Look at the amount of beans we have, guys. So what we're gonna do next is actually put them in jars. Now, one of the things I'm gonna have to do when I put my beans in the jars is pour water in the jars. So this is my second time using my pressure canner, guys. Okay, let's get started. Let's roll. We are gonna go ahead and we're gonna pack some jars. No, before we pack the jars, I am gonna go ahead and put some salt, some pickling salt. Always use pure salt in your canning. No additives. And I don't have Redmond's, but I have me some Windsor pickling salt. Yeah, so I know I'm gonna need more than 12 jars. I'm just bringing over all these ones. And then before, I'm gonna go ahead and put a teaspoon of salt in each jar. You found more?
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a teaspoon, it's a half a teaspoon. Oh, yes, believers. Okay, now let's use my funnel and I think I'm gonna use a measuring cup to load the jars. Okay. And I'm just gonna load the jars right to the shoulder. Right to the shoulder of the jar.
Okay, so when you finish, I'll say...
You can come here now.
No. 3:30. 3:30.
Because I can change location. I can go over there and do what I'm doing. In fact, I think that's what I should do.
I'm talking about something different.
Okay.
I'm talking about maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock. We can go outside and I'll say 3:30, so an hour from now. We can go.
When I put the canning on, when I put the canning pot on, the pressure canner. Yeah, I think, guys, I think I'm gonna move over to this side because I have more room on this side. And my kettle is over here. Yeah, let's move over. As a matter of fact, what I can do here is put my canning pot on, my pressure canner, so I can start getting the water hot. Because I'm gonna have some hot jars, so I'm gonna need hot water in this canning pot. Okay, so we have changed location because I have a longer expanse of counter to work with over here. So yeah, I am filling my jars and I'm filling them up to the shoulder. Okay. Guys, if you're not canning, you should try canning. This is the same stuff that they sell us in jars that we can do. I mean, you can get a pressure canner for just about $200, which is not cheap, but not very expensive because they have some for over $1,000, which I wouldn't dare try to buy. Not even if I could put it on credit, I wouldn't, because I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, this type of a preparation I've always wanted to do, or I have been wanting to do for a little bit now, and I'm getting to do it, and it feels good. Okay guys, 90 minutes have elapsed, and I didn't realize that I was out of memory, so I didn't record most of what I did. And so now the time for this has ended. I'm just gonna turn off my timer, and what I need to do right now is just turn off the flame, and then after I have turned off the flame, I will let it sit until the dial here gets all the way back down to 0, right? In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and I am going to start putting some more beans in some jars. And I am going to put a half teaspoon of salt in each jar before I put my beans in. Okay, so for now I'm just gonna put salt in 6 jars because I'm not sure how many more I'm gonna need. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put beans in the jar. And just like I did before, I'm gonna put the beans just up to the shoulder, just like so, of the jar. Now maybe I could go a little higher, not 100% sure, so I'm just gonna err on the side of caution because it's the first time I'm doing it. And so I'm gonna give a little room for expansion if it needs to expand anymore. Right? So now I have another pot here. So let's get to the pot. Let me just empty everything here in the pot. There we go. This has a little bit too much. I'll put it in this. This can take up. Yeah, that's good. I use the right jar, right? Salt, salt, salt. Salt, salt. That's good. Now I am used to actually cooking beans just like this and storing them, but I usually store them in the freezer. Right? Now you can't store every single thing in the freezer, so this is a good way for me to store some cooked beans. Okay. Now let's do the other 6 because I still have a lot of beans here. Yeah. Let's hope these 6 jars are enough. Paul, I need some more jars because I haven't done my other beans yet. It's an upfront investment. You don't have to keep buying jars. No, because I'm just starting doing it. That's why I have to buy jars. No, it's just because I just start doing it like this, scanning so much. That's why I have to buy jars.
Okay.
So after I buy my jars and I have them year over year, I will just use my jars. Okay, I'm gonna boil this water. So what you saying? You're gonna buy me another pack of jars? Maybe I can check Facebook Marketplace to see if I see anybody selling out some. It looks like it's gonna fit, but then I can't do any other beans until I get some more jars. Okay, so I would have it here. I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna eat some beans this evening for dinner. Yeah. So I'm gonna put that aside for dinner this evening. We're gonna cook some beans. Okay, so let me just get a pot cover to put over it. Oh no, that's too small. Is this too large? Nope, it fits. Okay, so my gauge is taking its time to come down. I cannot do anything until it comes all the way down here. And then after it comes down here, I will turn my dial to steam. And then after that, I can safely open the canner and see what's inside my first canning of beans. Black turtle beans. And guess what, guys? It didn't blow up. Oh gosh. But the test is gonna be in what they look like inside. Yeah. Okay, so these are my 12 lids that I washed, lids and rings, because these are new jars. Just got them out of the box. You play soccer? I can. Now I have my lids for all my jars here. I am gonna go ahead and put away these rings. I have so many rings now because all the jars come with rings, and you don't generally let your rings stay on your jars. You take them off when you're done. They should sell jars without lids. They should sell them just without the rings. They should just sell them with the lids. That would be good. That would be nice. And sell them a little cheaper, because the least expensive jars are still expensive. I guess because you use them over and over and over, so they figure they're just going to charge you up front. I guess so. When releasing the air from your jars, you can either use something to poke down to help to release the air, and you want to make sure you don't use anything that will scratch your jar, or you can do a thing like this. Because really, when you shove the thing down in there, what it's doing is just displacing the beans. And so if you do this, you displace the beans, you move them around, so it can release the air bubbles. Okay. Just waiting on my water to boil. Ooh, ooh. Need some more water. I think we're good now, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this to steam. I just frightened myself there. It's right on it. It can't go down anymore. But now I have this on steam, so I'm just gonna wait until this steam dissipates, and then I will open the canner. We're in no rush here. It builds up pressure to sterilize the food, and so you have to give it time to release and for the pressure to dissipate, right? I can still hear down here like it's still bubbling a little, like when something's boiling. According to my instruction booklet, when you put it on steam, it is after that it is safe to open the canner, but there was just too much steam being released here for me, so I'd prefer to wait until the steam dissipates. Actually, I just turned back a bit just to look at my instruction booklet again, and there's a suggestion there that you should wear oven mitts when you're operating this, because steam can cause scalding, right? But it's all dissipated now, so it's time to open. See? Easy does it. Open the canner. And check that out. You're seeing what I'm seeing. Let's see if you're, yeah, there we go. So there is a little coloration on top of this, but that's okay, because sometimes your jars will actually release air while it's in the sterilization or canning mode. But from what I'm seeing, it looks good. Now that I have taken the cover off, I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes or so before I pull the jars out, because the science has it that if you pull the jars out immediately from this high temperature to a lower temperature, that can actually affect the jars and you can get siphoning, right? So I am gonna give it a minute or two. It's time to get these jars out. Something seemed to have gone awry with this. This is coming. Oh yeah. Okay. So this big thing here was a fail. I am gonna go ahead. I have one more jar. And that's funny. I'm not gonna put it back in there. I am just gonna put this in my pot that I'm gonna cook those beans.
Guys, so I just want to show you how when you go on a site to download an application, you can be led astray and download all kind of stuff. For example, I'm here to download Firmware 2 for ROG edition for GPU test and check. And once you get on the landing page, so this is one of the places you can download. Right? You select your Vera server and then you go here. For example, if you look at it at the very top, you think this would be the download. It's not. This is for a different application. It's for Ace browser. You look to your left, You think it's
Come along with me as I plant flower and veggie gardens, take on home and garden DIYs, go thrifting for clothing, home goods, and yes, food. Experiment with me, learn and use new and traditional ways to preserve and cook produce from my garden, farmers market, and grocery store.